On September 23rd, 2021, a mass shooting occurred at the Kroger Store in Collierville, Tennessee, which is near Memphis.
Good afternoon. We're coming on the air with breaking news about a shooting at a Memphis area grocery store. It happened at a Kroger in Collierville, Tennessee. Here's what we know right now. According to police, 13 people were shot. One person has been killed. The shooter is also dead.
When we take a deeper look at the details of this event, it becomes obvious that this was just another in a long line of satanic human sacrifice rituals meant to help bring forth the Antichrist. As we always do, let's go through the evidence piece by piece in order to confirm our suspicions. According to reports, dispatchers received the call of an active shooter situation at the Kroger located at 240 New Bahalia Road at 1:30 p.m. on Thursday. Thursday is Thor's Day, a reference to the god of thunder and lightning. The time 1:30 gives us the number 13, the number of rebellion. The address of the store, 240, was chosen on purpose because 240 is actually a numeric anagram which hides the number 420. We won't go into the details surrounding the significance of the number 420 just yet, but I will ask you to keep that number in mind as we'll come back to it later. According to reports, the first police car arrived on scene at 1:34 p.m. 1 plus 3 equals 4. So in essence, the time 1:34 actually gives us the number 44. The news report also stated that 44 employees were in the store at the time of the shooting. Once again, this reference to the number 44 points us to Barack Obama. At the time of the initial report, there were 13 victims in this event.
Here's what we know right now. According to police, 13 people were shot.
Again, another reference to the number of rebellion. The toll of those injured later rose to 15.
The number of shot is 15 now.
1 plus 5 equals 6 and points to the sixth god, sixth king, or Viking, as the horned god, Satan. The one fatality was a woman named Olivia King.
Of those 15 people, 9 victims are employees, 5 customers. 1 died, Miss Olivia King.
I ask that you remember the King family in your prayers.
The name Olivia is based off of the Latin word oliva, meaning olive. In ancient Greece, the olive was the symbol of Athena. Athena's Roman equivalent was Minerva, the virgin goddess of music, poetry, medicine, war, wisdom, and the crafts. Minerva is often depicted with her sacred creature, an owl, usually named as the Owl of Minerva, as a symbol for wisdom. As a rebuke of the goddess of wisdom, war, and crafts, 1 Corinthians 3:19 declares, "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness." This owl of wisdom can also be seen from a bird's eye view above the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. This same symbol of the owl, which also represents Moloch, can also be seen at the Bohemian Grove, where the elite hold satanic rituals among the trees.
Great owl of Bohemia, we thank thee for thy adoration.
Notable members of the Bohemian Grove over the years have included people like Clint Eastwood, Henry Kissinger, Walter Cronkite, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, and Charles Schwab, to name a few. The owl of Minerva is used to symbolize her association with wisdom and knowledge. As a side note, since we're discussing wisdom, I must mention that a 23-year-old rapper by the name Wiz the Wizard, whose real name was Wisdom Williams, was found murdered on September 17th in Hollandale, Florida.
According to Hallandale Beach Police, a neighbor found the body around 6 a.m. in front of this home on Northwest 6th Terrace and 9th Court. It's unclear at this point if the man was actually killed there or if his body was dumped, but police say he did grow up in the area. Although law enforcement hasn't confirmed who he is, the victim has been identified on social media as rapper Wiz the Wizard.
Wisdom's body was found at 6 a.m. on 6th Terrace in 9th Court, which is a reference to the number of the beast, the number 666, when you invert the 9. The snake in the olive tree is also used to represent Minerva as well. The snake inhabiting the olive tree, while at the same time being associated with knowledge or wisdom, points to the serpent, the devil, and Satan, who was in the tree in the Garden of Eden, where he convinced Eve to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This is found in Genesis 3, chapter 2 through 5, which declares, "And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil." You may remember that I showed you how Barack Obama was depicted as the Serpent King of the Garden of Eden when we connected the album art from Nas's album King's Disease with Obama's presidential portrait. The combining of these two images resulted in a crown being placed on Obama's head, pointing to him as the Serpent King of the garden. It is important to note that the name Nas actually means snake or serpent. Therefore, Olivia King's sacrifice was meant to point to the Serpent King of the Garden of Eden.
I ask that you remember the King family in your prayers.
The shooting occurred in Tennessee, which is a Yuchi word meaning meeting place. The Tennessee flag has 3 stars on it. This represents the 3 demonic spirits that actuate the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet, as found in Revelation 16:13, which declares, "And I saw 3 unclean spirits, like frogs, come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet." In the previous video, we discussed how the AUKUS alliance between Australia, the UK, and the US represented the dragon, the Antichrist, and the false prophet.
And so, friends, AUKUS is born, a new enhanced trilateral security partnership between Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States. AUKUS.
And now, through this satanic ritual, we are seeing a reference to the 3 demonic spirits that actuate these entities once again. Apparently, the time for these 3 demonic spirits to meet up is nigh at hand. This also connects back to the explosion that occurred in Nashville, or Serpentsville, on December 25th, 2020. In particular, it is connected to the tattoo shop named Pride and Glory that was destroyed in that explosion.